Good afternoon, Mr. Jesse Owens and Mike and Carl. Just a quick update with the intel that we can pull in from all the various sources. This is the hosting company where the site is hosted. The longest it'll let me do is 2 months, so we'll just take a look at that. This is actual visits to your site, so nothing less than 30 a day and topping out at about 80. So 50 is about your average. That's the host that's telling you the traffic that comes to your site. Google My Business is one of your strongest high-ranking domain sources that can drive stuff to your site. We've not taken advantage of the reviews because you've already got them. Don't know if you're doing any Google reviews. You would just click this here, and you would click that link, and you can share it with anybody, or you could share it on Facebook. Whatever your channels you might be, you can email it to a pack of people and start getting those Google reviews. That will drive more traffic through Google, which is where the big searches are happening, to the site. Search reviews are down, and that's just strictly because this right here. Last post was in February. So with all that's going on, you have to stay heightened. You don't have to spend more money. Actually, people that are advertising, paid advertising, we have restructured budgets just because you're competing against politics, shootings, riots, that type of thing, COVID. And it's still changing right now, but it's starting to open up some. View maps, don't worry about that. View maps was just going to target those 4 states that you predominantly done business with. And that's a hot one, California to Texas. So that should have got you some traffic, and it has. Look how much it's up, right? So what we have to do is get them to the quality content of the site. One of the things I did suggest many times is flag everything, COVID-19. So you can make a post about whatever, Jesse, and talk about the moon and the cow, right? But you click this button and it flags it at the top as COVID-19. Give yourself a chance for that post to get up, right? That way, even the searchable traffic, including the type of people that would use your service, would find it, because there is a lot of fish in the water right now, right? Because of the current times. Let's take a look at insights. We can go back 3 months, or quarter. So this shows you here direct search based on indexing and what we're doing, and I'll show you that it indexes fine with Google. Is 22 with 8.4% discovery. That's people looking in the broad scope of things, but they're finding your category, product, or service, as you can see it says there. Okay, that's 85% of the people, right? We have to capture their attention. But when you don't have any latest posts and like everything's February, they may think you went out of business, because a lot of people have, or that you're still shut down because a lot of people are. So we gotta unravel that, because that's probably the assumption more than not. Your branded searches are coming in at 6.5%, 17. These are the type of words, and a lot of these words are within your context of your website. Complete staff, executive search, Owens and Associate. Merle's is triggers high because it's just been around a long time. Right, so let's go down here. Let's do a quick quarter look too. 248 listing searches, and then 15 on maps, and that's going to be that one that we were talking about. So it looks like the maps are pulling up more. And correct me if I'm wrong, sir, I was under the impression that executive recs were pretty much on hold. If you weren't not a necessary position, Amazon, Walmart, those FedEx, those guys, those other ones, nobody was anxious to fill them pretty quick, from what I understood. I could be wrong. But here's the quarter. You had 11 visits to your website from that activity. No calls, but you can see there was a spike at the end of September, and it's starting to pick back up in October. But you can see, the deafening here of silence. The no post is attributing to that. So let's take a look. If we go to Facebook, the Facebook page that I created, when I go and create an account, what happens is you got to go and share it, and you did a great job. You shared it with a bunch of your friends. You got a bunch of people to like it, but there have been no posts inside of here since then. And then I don't have anything to post, because the last post in Google My Business was February, and the last one here, which I thought was great, was after the first one. So these are directly linked to high ranking domain, traffic to and from, back and forth. Looks like the searches are fine. LinkedIn, I probably would have got one of these posts here, one of these, comments or activities. This was a great one about manual, and maybe summarize that and made that a post, and cross-linked it, or just send it to us and then we'll load it for you. So, or send it to Mike and Carl, let them edit it, whatever needs to be done, and they'll send it to me, and we can get that activity up there. So really, I think your traffic may not be as good as it can be, even though things are picking back up, because of the lack of activity going on with your company that's actually out there for people to find it in Google My Business, in Facebook, or in LinkedIn, and especially the site. Because if I find the stories here and I land here and they're all match and they're consistent, that's really good. But look at merle-owens.com. I did this for fun because that domain and the precise one is they've been automatically forwarded to the new domain way back at the beginning, and it's popping up fine. Yes, your address is coming up because on your LinkedIn it shows Bedford, and on your website under Contact Us there is an address, but there is no map, so they don't come find you, right? But the whole idea here is you can see that it's indexing the entire site. Then you're also indexing with careers in food, Zoom info, BBB, Alignable, Indeed. Not bad. So, considering the times, I would say the recommendation is we need to get more proactive. Well, sir, you do. You need to get more proactive at giving us something to load in here for you, unless you're just comfortable doing it yourself. We can load anything that you build and post out there, and we can load it to here. Your Facebook page, you can see I don't have the address. That's taken off, but there's been no, everything's just down from when we opened it. There's really been no post here. And look, when I even started it, look, it was just creating the parts of it, creates post, and we had people checking things out, right? So we got to get people back here and clicking over to the site from here, clicking over to the site from here, clicking over to the site from here, or finding any of those here because we're posting it up. All right. Have a wonderful afternoon. My access to your LinkedIn page looks like the password's been changed, so that's fine. If you want to update me on that, I can kind of maybe do a couple things on LinkedIn, but there's really not a whole lot other than to go and extrapolate a good story, a good post. Recommendations are flag anything and everything in any medium that you can. Doesn't change the post, just flag it as COVID-19 update, and you can get up to the top of the searches during these times. All right, have a wonderful afternoon. Let me know what I can do to help. Thanks.